says here, a minority of the human race has now developed an astral form which slips away from the sleeping physical body each night and enters into active astral work in the astral plane. The astral form is that which will be utilized by most people when they drop their physical body at death. In this astral body, desires are extremely intensified, which is one reason why it is necessary to overcome undesirable habits before death. Such desires not overcome can hold you a long time in a hell of your own creation after death. They should be overcome while the astral is still encased and somewhat protected by the physical form. The purified astral form is one of transcendent beauty. The mental body. And so a lot of you guys seeing auras. You're seeing the big luminescent different colored auras. That's the mental body that you're seeing, the causal body, causal field. The mental force field embraces the upper part of the physical body, extending down to the root chakra at the base of the spine. Its principal points of contact being the pineal pituitary area, the throat area, and the solar plexus area at our present stage of evolution, he adds. The seat of consciousness focuses in the brain and passes through the medulla oblongata into the spinal column. The spinal column is an elongation of the seat of consciousness that is a carrier of the mysterious brain dews which travel downward to Kundalini in the root chakra. Very interesting. It is also the carrier for the golden oil sent up from the Kundalini to reach the head region. We do not show the causal or higher mind in the illustration, only the active field of the conscious and subconscious minds. We have included the solar plexus because the quote-unquote brain of the sympathetic nervous system, it is the quote-unquote brain of the sympathetic nervous system and the seat of our emotions. It is also the reflected seat of our subconscious mind. Since carnal desires run rampant in the majority, the solar plexus becomes the seat of the kama manas, or lower mind, the animal man center. When passion has been transmuted into compassion, the sympathetic nervous system will become the vehicle of the higher soul power, and the lower mind will be no more. The process of transmutation will have lifted via the heart chakra into the throat chakra, where it will radiate as divine creativity. Perfect. So that resolves our issue with the difference between the light body and the solar plexus also. And a lot of people that I talk to, a lot of people have solar plexus issues. And it's because of this right here. This is your goal, is to, when passion has been transmuted into compassion, then the sympathetic nervous system will become a vehicle of the higher soul power and the lower mind will be no more. The process of transmutation will have lifted it via the heart chakra into the throat chakra, where it will radiate as divine creativity. Right about here. Like in between the throat chakra and the higher heart chakra, like right about this area. Copy paste this. The conscious mind finds its seat of activity in the head region and focalizes around the pineal gland and the pituitary bodies. Note that the mind not only extends down the spinal column to Kundalini, but also projects upward from the crown chakra at the top of the head. Very interesting. And that is exactly how our thoughts go out and are projected into all different directions of space. The conscious mind, I already read that part. During the life in the physical plane, man does not usually express his full mental powers until he reaches his fourth cycle, around the age of 21. This is funny. Most of the people that I work with and myself are around this age. Until then, he is dominated by the desire mind, controlled by the astral body in the solar plexus region. After the age of 21, his mind power increases until around the age of 49. The years following should be dominated by the higher causal mind, depending on the entire evolutionary history of the individual, whether he is a traveler on the path or whether he is only a drifter with the masses. I see. So I'm going to read that again because this is so insightful. During life in the physical plane, Man does not usually express his full mental powers until he reaches his fourth cycle, around the age of 21. Until then, he is dominated by the desire mind, controlled by the astral body in the solar plexus region. After the age of 21, his mind powers increases until the age of 49. The years following should be dominated by the higher causal mind, depending upon the entire evolutionary history of the individual, whether he is a traveler on the path or whether he is a drifter with the masses. If he is on the path, his remaining years should be powerfully influenced by the Buddhic mind, which is the vehicle of divine wisdom and love. If not, he may tend towards senility or degeneration. Interesting. In the majority, man continues to be ruled by his lower desire mind and never exercises his full mental potential. So now this is the causal body. Study the accompanying diagram and concentrate your attention upon the ovoid, or the force field above your head, which we designate as the causal body. You see here a 12-petaled lotus. Resting in the heart of a 6-pointed star, right here, or a double triangle. One triangle, the double triangle, represents upward, representing the oversoul. The other triangle, the double triangle, points downward to the central point of contact in the head region, the pineal gland, crown chakra. The 12-petaled lotus represents and symbolizes the causal body of man. This entire symbol, the down-pointed triangle in the lotus, designates the soul of man. When we refer to the oversoul, we refer to the higher self, which is divine, but which is still evolving. When we speak of that soul, we refer to that part of yourself which is sent down by the oversoul, and which is developing through the process of evolution by constantly reincarnating to learn its lessons of living, but which is not yet immortal or wise in anything, or in everything. It is only through each physical incarnation as a personality that knowledge of the laws of life will ultimately become wisdom. Each incarnation in matter adds increasing wisdom to the oversoul, the real you. The causal body, or force field, is not only a part of your physical form, but of your oversoul as well, being integrated into each and linking them together. The causal body has its seat of contact in the head region, just as does the mental body. From that contact point, the nerve force of the soul flows downward through the vagus nerve to the heart chakra, to the heart chakra, where it commingles with the blood and is thus carried through the arterial network of the entire physical body. Thus the old adage, the soul is in the blood, is quite true. But the soul's principle of activity is in the head region and extending upward towards the oversoul in the magnetic field directly over your head. Thus, the causal body of the soul occupies the same force field as the mental body, since the causal body as the higher mental body, with its important difference. Thus, the causal body of the soul occupies the same force field as does the mental body, since the causal body as the higher mental body, with this important difference. Whereas the mental body has its principal center of activity in the head region and extends downward to the base of the spine, the causal body has its area of activity extending upward to include the oversoul. Our destiny is Godhood. It is hoped that with this knowledge concerning you and the world within will help light the way towards the ultimate goal.
How you feeling? Irate. Not 'cause my eyes are red, I'm feeling irate. How you feeling? Irate. Not 'cause my eyes are red, I'm feeling what's that weed about? Are you feeling irate? Not 'cause my eyes are red, I'm feeling irate.